So a few days back, I went on little shopping spree. And when I say I went on a little shopping spree, it typically means books. So here's everything that I bought during the last week, and let me quickly take you through what those book titles are. Number one, I bought this book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. It's a book by Richard Carlson, और एक ऐसी किताब है जो बेसिकली कहता है यार लाइफ को इतना सीरियसली मत लो, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे you know what, you gonna die. I've actually read 38 pages and so far loving it. The next book is Don't Believe Everything You Think. This is a book by Joseph Nguyen. It was on my wish list. मैंने पहले reviews पढ़े हुए थे and the reviews said कि यार किताब बड़ी अच्छी है. So I thought I should read it. I'm yet to start reading it. The next two books are Turning Pro and The War of Art. इनफैक्ट ये टाइटल देखो यार, द वॉर ऑफ आर्ट. द आर्ट ऑफ वॉर आपने बहुत सुनी होगी, बट दिस इज अ न्यू वन, राइट? सो एनीवे, द वॉर ऑफ आर्ट एंड टर्निंग प्रो, अगर आप देखोगे दोनों ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर लग रही है, राइट? कवर सेम सा लग रहा है. दैट्स बिकॉज बोथ ऑफ दिस बुक्स हैव बीन रिटन बाय द सेम ऑथर एंड द नेम ऑफ द ऑथर इज स्टीवन प्रेसफील्ड. Among these two books, The War of Art उसने पहले लिखी थी, and the author really talks about being creative here. And then he came up with this book called Turning Pro. Now, from the time that I've got this book, I've already read this. ये book कितने pages की है यार? This is like 100 odd pages. It's 130 odd pages that I've got here. And I was able to read this book in less than 24 hours. उन 24 घंटों में मतलब मैं जैसे एक नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग ऑपरेट करता है वैसे किया, खाना भी खाया, सोया भी, बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ ऑल दैट आई वाज एबल टू फिनिश दिस इन लेस देन 24 आवर्स, व्हिच बेसिकली गोज टू से आई लव द बुक. Anyway, going to the next book. So I've got what, 1 2 3 4, this is the fifth book. So the name of the book is The Way of the Superior Man. It's a book by David Deda. एक तो यार ये किताब मुझे लग रही है जैसे पायरेटेड कॉपी है, बट एनीवे दैट बिसाइड, आई मीन मुझे इस किताब के रिव्यूज़ ऑफ लेट काफ़ी अच्छे सुनने में आ रहे थे. इट वॉज लाइक कि व्हेन आई वॉज गेटिंग थ्रू सम ऑफ द आर्टिकल्स एंड द पीपल यूज्ड टू से 5 books to read, 3 books that you should read as a man, then this was a book that typically used to come, The Way of the Superior Man. It talks about being masculine, being yourself. Anyway, I bought the book. मैंने अभी तक पढ़ी नहीं है. Let's see. The next book is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I am pretty sure आपने किताब के बारे में पढ़ा होगा. मैंने इस किताब के बारे में बहुत पढ़ा था, and when I previously read about this book, I thought यार ये थोड़ी ज़्यादा ज्ञान वाली किताब होगी. I don't think I can read it. It so happened for the last few months I've been reading a lot of philosophy, a lot of positive thinking and all that blah blah. So I said fine, I'll read this book. I picked it up. Number one, तो ये 4-5 घंटे में किताब खत्म हो गई थी because it's like 50 pages odd. And in my current frame of mind, I've loved this book. The next book is this, Let's Talk Money by Monica Halan. Again, ये एक ऐसी किताब है जो इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में पर्सनल फाइनेंस के बारे में बहुत अच्छी तरीके से बताती है. When I first heard of this book, I was like, because I anyway read a lot about investment, I was like, शायद मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगा. But this time around, to be really frank, the only reason that I bought this book was because ये I think around 250 odd rupees में मुझे पड़ रही थी, and I was like, I am pretty sure once I've read this entire book, there would at least एक चीज़ इसमें से निकल के आएगी, and even if I'm able to use that one thing, it will be worth the investment of the time and the money that I'll put in this book. That being said, by the way, ये बुक की क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी है, पेजेस बड़े अच्छे हैं, इसका कवर बड़ा अच्छा है. Next is this book. The name of the book is No More Mr. Nice Guy. I was actually sold on the cover. इसका जिस तरीके का कवर है, कलर कॉम्बिनेशन है, that was great. Of course, the book has great reviews. तो बुक अपने आप में काफ़ी अच्छी बुक मानी जाती है. But the main reason that I bought initially was कि यार कवर बड़ा प्यारा लग रहा था. मैंने अभी तक 46 पेजेस पढ़ लिए हैं. And you know, when I firstly read about the book, it was like no more being a nice guy. It would be like यार अच्छा गुडी गुडी रहने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. You know, you be the tough guy. It's not typically that. It's not that the author says you don't have to be a nice guy. It basically says what are characteristics of the people जिनको दूसरे बोलते हैं, oh he's a nice guy, oh she's a nice girl. Actually this is more of a guy thing. um, but anyway, so far I've read it and I sort of liking it. The only other thing that happened with the book was when I was reading this book, my wife saw me reading the book, and when she read it she said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. So if it is no more Mr. Nice Guy, you don't really need the book because you are not a nice guy. Anyway, the last book that I've got here is this. This is a book by Pulak Prasad, What I Learned About Investing from Darwin. This is a book that was highly recommended by a lot of people who I personally know. मतलब मेरे acquaintances या कोई friends हैं, उन्होंने कहा ये किताब बड़ी अच्छी है. So I said fine, पढ़ते हैं. And when that happens, typically, especially if it's a book around investments, philosophy, या sometimes memoirs, if it is highly recommended, I try and buy a hard cover. So अगर आप देखोगे ये एक hard cover book है, and I've actually read what 20 odd pages, not a lot, but so far so good, and I'm so glad कि मैंने hard cover में खरीदी. So these are the 9 books that I bought during the last 1 week. Did you buy anything during the last 1 week, during the last 1 month? Okay, forget buying. Did you read something during the last 1 week, during the last 1 month? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.